Well, the floor is
Ready
yours.
when you are, Niels. Well, I thought that you were doing the intro bit.
Oh, yeah. Do you want me to
Remember that you wrote it
I did
down.
write an intro. Yeah, okay.
You had your lines prepared.
I'll do the intro.
Yeah. Okay, no.
You can do the. No,
our
actually,
intro.
let's let Eden take the intro bit. You got it.
Give me a
No,
second.
you got it.
You put Eden on the spot. She's worried. What are you doing?
Hang on, let me go through our DMs really quick.
All right, I'm gonna read the intro. Okay, so welcome to Cum Posting. We're covering 2 films today. The Time That Remains, which is a dramatization of the creation of the Israeli state, told from the point of view of a Palestinian director, Elia Suleiman.
It's
And
sort
Happy-
of the Jeffrey Epstein of countries, yo.
Israel.
Yeah, Israel.
Why? Because it's gonna end up killing itself, or what do you
No,
mean?
it's Jewish.
Was he? Was he a religious man?
I don't
Like
fucking
Epstein, okay? Like we all know what that
Epstein.
means. Anyway, the second film is
know.
Happy
I'm Jewish.
Gilmore 2.
I'm Jewish. You end up on a right-wing podcast. Don't worry.
Valid. No, you're allowed. I get it.
I think we're a little more openly anti-Semitic because we're left-wing and Jewish.
Well, yeah, I'm a Marxist, so it's sort of programmatic for me.
Was Marx Jewish?
He was a Jewish anti-Semite. Yeah.
Okay, as most of
It
them
was-
are. Like,
Well, kind
nothing will
of.
make you more anti-Semitic than being Jewish and hanging out with your family. I'll say that.
Ain't that the goddamn truth? Dude, it's like I was hanging out with the defense contractor and the DA. I was like, I fucking hate these people.
Okay, anyway, the second film, Happy Gilmore 2, is a legacy sequel to the 1996 golf comedy starring Adam Sandler. And honestly, in my opinion, this was a hard watch and a good pairing, because after watching hours of some of the most harrowing, depressing scenes of the worst of humanity and a Zionist monster destroying history, it was good to follow it up with a lighter movie about Palestine.
That's good. That's good. And I liked your delivery because it was very clear you're reading it off of a script. That was awesome.
Yes, that was
Great
supposed
job.
to be a script. I wrote that.
You wrote that
I did
yourself.
5 years of improv comedy so that I could come across as a total shill who just reads like their newscast.
Exactly.
Yeah, what a sellout.
Dude, this show fell off ever since you came on. As of this
just
episode.
now, just
yeah,
30
as of
seconds
just
ago.
now.
Hell yeah! Well, hey, you invited me, idiot.
Yeah.
I'm taking all $20 of that Patreon money and I'm gonna go to the bank with it. I'm putting it all on black. All right, which film are we doing first? I think we should cover Happy Gilmore 2 first.
Yeah, we're doing Happy Gilmore 2 first.
That is the one I watched first.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
do
I did
I'll-
actually watch it first, and I did actually enjoy the Palestinian war crime film much more in literally every aspect, not in just in
Yeah.
terms
Oh, yeah.
of, like
It's far
entertainment,
better.
but like it was funnier somehow. Like
Yeah,
so,
that's what was so crazy.
I'm gonna do the intro. What's up, little cummers? It's Cum Posting. Back at it again. The most replaceable show in the entire world. I'm joined today by my new co-host replacement, Niels.
hey,
And who's that other voice? Why, that is esteemed YouTuber Eden Riley. Eden is online. Peeden Riley.
More names. I need a few more.
Or well, I don't know. You went by a few other names, but I got canceled last time I tried to do that bit.
Dead naming someone is a bit.
Let me think. Have I ever done that? I think that I think that I've called I called Brianna Wu Frederick at one point in private.
In
now you're
private
doing it
is one
publicly.
thing.
Yeah,
so-
well, that's not even her dead name. Just like fake dead
Oh.
names.
Yeah, you're making it up.
Oh.
That's I like that more.
Yeah, I like that more.
Yeah, you look like your dead name was fucking, I don't know.
Franz Ferdinand,
Yeah.
fucking Archduke looking ass. How are we feeling today?
I feel all right.
I honestly feel good after the Palestine movie. It actually unironically put me in a kind of good mood, like a melancholy mood, but like a good mood.
Dude, that's.
It was just a good
It
movie.
put me in such a good
understand it.
mood.
I
It
was
put me
like,
in such a good mood. I was
oh,
thinking
look at all the
about,
good
boy,
work we've done in
we've
that
done
horrible
so much
place.
Good look. Oh, I can't believe that we established such a beautiful country in such a horrible, horrible part of the world.
That's exactly why.
Yeah, dude, it was heartwarming and inspiring.
Well, Happy
And
Gilmore too, right?
no,
Well,
I will
that's
say-
a
I will
movie
say,
about
I-
family.
dude, I thought that is a family film that the whole family can enjoy. So you make YouTube videos?
Yeah.
Is what my notes are. Why?
We live in a society that doesn't.
That's true. That's true.
And we do, first of all. Speaking
That's
of
fucking
movies,
true.
Joker, ever heard of him?
No.
Well, he's a comedian, I think. Listen, we don't. I was told to learn to code, all right, and then they
Yep.
very quickly made that not a viable career for like anybody, and did mass layoffs in every industry I wanted to go into. So in college, I was making YouTube videos as I did, throughout childhood, and I don't know, people started to like them.
Why do you think that is?
Yeah, do you think
I don't
your
know. I
audience
put
is
some
long?
effort into them sometimes.
That's awesome.
But
What's
I don't know,
What's your least favorite video you've ever made?
Oh man, I definitely have some least favorites. Probably my follow-up on the TikTok ban video, just because like I waited too long and it wasn't like a relevant. It's not even called that. It's like why the Trump admin is ruining everything. It ended up just being like a mash together of a bunch of different topics in the beginning of this year, because I was just like, fuck, man, I waited too long on the TikTok ban, to the point where he extended it like the day after I posted that video, and I was like trying to talk about how, it's coming for sure this time, and of course it wasn't, because why would the Trump administration do anything other than fuck shit up?
Nothing ever
Domestically.
happens.
Well, as part of our podcast structure, I don't know if Rosa told you this, but we're now going to watch that video in full with
Yeah.
you doing director's commentary.
Oh, sick. My least
awesome.
favorite video, yeah.
Yeah. What's the least favorite video you've ever made, Niels?
Oh, it's a very similar actually concept. It was my Insurrection Gen 6 video, because everyone was like, "You need to talk about this," and I'm like, I don't know
Why?
what
Like,
hasn't
what
been
else is
said.
there to say?
Like
You're
what hasn't been said, and like I guess I tried to be like, look, this seems pretty obviously bad.
Did you condemn
guys,
it?
yeah, did you condemn
Why would
it?
I condemn it? I thought
January
it was
6th?
it was the closest we've ever been
historically
to 70,
progressive.
76. First
It-
of all,
it's-
my guys were there.
yeah.
The Jewish FBI agents were the ones who did it. So I
Yeah,
support
Antifa
it.
was in the building.
We did it. Dude,
Mhm.
this is why I don't like it when people talk shit. It's like, we planned to happen to make Trumpsters look bad. And you all are like, this is such an awful... It was great for us.
And we got the right wingers put in jail as political prisoners too.
That's
that was
true.
The best
What
part.
is
We
the final
framed it.
goal?
True.
Is the
But they
gulag.
got freed, and yet the hostages over in Gaza have to
Yeah.
stay there. It's fucked up. It's fucked
It is,
up.
if you think about it.
Yeah.
We need
it
to
is.
do a January 6th on Israel.
We need to
So
poop
that-
on
They
that.
did
boundary desk.
They
we
did that?
we're the like right to, I don't know if I could say that
March
the
of
first
Right to
couple of minutes.
Return or whatever.
No,
is that like
right
is that a
to, right to like do very bad things to people without their consent.
oh
Remember that?
yeah, I don't.
That was
actually don't-
awesome.
The riots in Israel to happen.
Yeah, over
Yeah.
their right to.
Their mini January 6th. The over.
Yeah,
being able
like
to
I
assault
said,
prisoners.
it's like if Jeffrey Epstein was a country.
It's like if they did January 6th to release the Epstein files out of support. Like, we want to know what they did.
Yeah,
So
we
we
want
would,
these-
like,
as a
celebrate.
rule book, like we
These
want
guys-
to do that.
these guys are heroes and they deserve medals. If
That's
your
right.
name is on that list, you deserve to be in like be brought on stage in the Labubu rave. And
Alan
have
Dershowitz is
everyone
going to be
cheering
saying this
for you.
tomorrow.
I love Alan. I love that he got. I love him. He reminds
can
me
you
of my family.
I feel like we're stalling talking about Happy Gilmore too, because no one wants to talk about it.
Well, it's like I
no,
would
this
consider,
is the format of the show.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm stalling a little bit because, like, you know how people don't like talking about abortion because it's like controversial.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Happy Gilmore
Like,
too.
I think I don't often say this, but I do think Happy Gilmore 2 is an abortion of a film.
You stole
That's
that
a
from me.
rare. Damn.
I literally said that to you in private, in confidence. I said that to you.
But then
That was
but
was
the thing is,
taken
like, you
from my
said it as like a
soul.
joke. I'm saying it like I think it actually is like a poetic way to describe the film because it is something that could have turned into something beautiful, but was ended prematurely because of some sort of Jewish influence and turned into a disgusting mess.
I
So-
personally
It's
think
disgusting.
that it went on way too long. It
Some-
was
like
not
some
ended
abortions,
prematurely. Yeah, true.
Anyway.
It was dragged on.
It's like you should have done it in the first trimester, but you
pippies.
let it go for 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Happy Gilmore 2 is a 2025 film directed by Kyle Newacheck.
My favorite director.
Yeah, noticing a Newacheck, you think you could hide from me. Who directed 2 Childish Gambino music videos.
I was gonna say, what's his history?
He directed 2 Childish Gambino music videos. I know what you're thinking. Is it the one that like English teachers, like white English teachers, like? No, not that one. Just like 2.
Who's America?
This is
Yeah,
America.
this is
Oh, yeah.
America. I was in high school when that fucking song came out, and they like printed out like a version of it translated from AAVE.
In your high school?
Yeah,
This
I
is
was, I
America.
was like,
Do not
this
make mistakes
is
here.
awesome.
That's crazy. I think it was a community college by then.
States of America.
Jesus.
Oh, man,
So wait, which ones did he do?
which I don't.
which
I
would
didn't
be
write that.
Probably
down.
some
Let's
ones for
not
some
mind.
songs that are not
What
good.
do I look like? DeepSeek, the Chinese alternative to ChatGPT and XAI's Grok?
Yeah.
Is that what I look like? That's offensive, I
Oh.
think.
Only if you dislike China.
I have to ask, Eden, are you
Yeah.
a fan of Happy Gilmore 1? Because I have to say, I actually watched a third film for this podcast, and that's Happy Gilmore 1.
I was gonna say I wanted to watch Happy Gilmore 1, and then after seeing Happy Gilmore 2, I thought to myself, why would I do that?
Well, the answer is, as someone who did, I did follow up 2 with 1.
Yeah.
and
They used
this movie
enough
has-
footage from 1 that you might as well count it
Yeah,
as
like
a full
half
watch.
of it is Happy Gilmore 1.
Yeah, it's not just flashbacks; it's legitimately just
The full
footage from the
footage
first
with
film.
the original audio, so it like sounds completely different all of a sudden.
And it's like, wow, this looks better somehow. I don't
Oh,
know how
yeah,
they managed it.
If we're keeping it with the abortion analogy, it's like while you're getting an abortion, you're looking at photos of your child that you gave birth to and that grew up into a beautiful, successful person, and you're like,
You're looking.
just so you know, you're
Looking at their
preventing this right
photo
now.
book from their high school graduation
Exactly.
of all of the happy memories.
No,
Yeah.
I have a special place in my heart for Happy Gilmore 1 because it's one of my dad's favorite comedies. So
I've seen it since
he
I was like young, so this movie
Yeah.
was like, it was a trip.
I
Yeah.
feel that because my Pepe is a former hockey player and coach, and he wanted to become a golfer, so he likes Happy Gilmore 1. He is a
Yeah.
little Happy Gilmore hockey stick putter.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's because Happy Gilmore 2 was so bad that I enjoyed it more, or it's the nostalgia. But like, I legitimately, having seen this film like dozens of times, laughed out loud in Happy Gilmore 1 at
You
like a good
old.
chunk of jokes. I mean, like, there's some good bits where like Adam Sandler. I think my favorite one is his girlfriend leaves him, and then every time he references his girlfriend, he just casually is like, he's like, oh, where's that nice girl you're seeing? He's like, oh, she got hit by a car. She's dead. Anyway, like, it's just like he's like very like callous and you can tell that he's in his prime of comedy. And I think
Yeah.
that's actually a solid comedy with some hits and misses. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Anyway, this is all to contrast to say that the only reason this film's being made is because a semi-decent film was once made 29 years ago, and they're saying, well, how can we capitalize about all of the good things in that, which is why 90% of the jokes in this movie are the same joke from the first film or literal footage from the first film.
Yeah.
I went into it with the expectation that it would be this year's Unfrosted, and it absolutely was. It is of equal quality to 2024's Jerry Seinfeld directed Unfrosted, another
I
Netflix
didn't even
original.
see that.
Is that the Pop Tarts movie?
It's the Pop-Tart
Yes.
one where there's
Now
a
I remember.
like half of the movie is a reenactment of January 6th with cereal mascots,
Wait, that sounds amazing. That's a good pitch.
which like sort of radicalized me as someone who doesn't like liberals very much into voting for Trump. That's why
I had
Trump
no
won.
choice.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
no. I saw the Jerry
vote.
Seinfeld thing. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
So I just voted R down ballot in 2024. And I was gonna say it's something I'm not proud of, but I stand by that decision with what egregious quality that film is of.
Yeah. Sorry,
Um,
Jerry.
So,
He probably
you know what?
voted our down ballot too, to be honest.
He hates human life outside
He
of
does.
children.
Yeah. And
Well-
yeah, his own.
Why? Yeah, why wouldn't you say that Jerry Seinfeld is like if Jeffrey Epstein was alive? Because
No,
he has
I was gonna
sex with minors.
say. I was gonna say if Israel is like if Jeffrey Epstein was a country, he's like if Israel was a person.
And
But
I'm gonna
Adam
need the
Sandler-
Glenn Beck web map of like who is like Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my
He-
own ADL article from that joke. It's over for me.
Hey, I'll join you. It's okay. I'll be
awesome.
the biggest anti-Semite. I'm the only Gentile here.
Yeah, can
Well,
we
you're
get
not allowed
a-
to.
Dude,
I can't laugh. I
got-
I denounce.
Disavow.
Well, I already got one person to say slurs that they can't say on this show. It was the leader of a DSA caucus.
Oh.
Well, founder of a DSA caucus. I got him to
That's
say
an
the
awesome-
slur.
Yeah.
That's an
You
awesome
got them
moment.
to like coercively.
No, not coercively. They just got very excited because I offered an opportunity to. Which I feel I relate to because as a comedian, I feel like our entire life's work is just seeking out a joke so good that it justifies using the N-word. Most of us don't find it.
I don't agree with that actually.
You
I
don't agree? You disagree with that?
No,
That's a bold
I
stand.
disagree with that premise. Yeah.
It's what did the philosophers say? Life is about three things: sex, taxes. No, three things in life are guaranteed:
You're so good at this.
sex, death, and saying the N-word for a joke that justifies saying the N-word.
You know, it's not. The point is that that's sort of a white wow for everyone in the entire world, including
for white
Eden,
people.
who told me
Wait,
that.
isn't
in
it like
confidence.
isn't it like a black whale though?
That's really good. That was a really good joke. Can someone clip that and put in like a jokes Hall of Fame compilation?
Best bits.
Best jokes, just the best,
SJW seething.
just like not even like for our show, just best jokes.
That's the joke
just
from the
that,
Monty Python sketch where if you say it and you hear it, you die from laughter.
That's true. Anyway, Happy Gilmore 2 is I just wrote down painful opening. What does that mean?
That means you were in pain.
It
can
opens
explain.
painful. What?
Well, it opens painfully because I imagine whatever deep fake they put on the poor body double for young Adam Sandler, it probably was painful. I don't know what that process is like. I'm not into the Hollywood stuff, but it looked like shit. That's for sure. It's CGI young Adam Sandler, and they showed a lot of him. They showed like way
Too
too
much.
much for how it looked.
A lot of skin too. Didn't like it.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, I mean, just looking like shit is, I think, a pervasive theme throughout the film. It looks like a commercial. I don't know why
Yeah.
there's so many movies that look like this now. And I'm going to keep bringing up Happy Gilmore 1, but something that I noticed immediately was like, oh, this looks like a film where like there's like a shot composition and like it's
Yeah.
not just three people in a flat angle with like bright lights all around them. Like it looks like he lives in a
Yeah.
world, and even the story is like, oh, it's a loser and he's trying to, get it back
Right.
on his feet. But this was just like what if all these people were in a room at the same time and we've had a camera on them and,
It was
and,
just-
and then we called it a movie.
Yeah, the opening consists of him killing his wife with a golf ball.
He killed his wife.
He killed
Which
his
is-
wife.
Which is
Um,
not funny, but also like not even original because it's just a callback to the first film where his dad gets killed by a hockey puck, and which was
Yeah.
actually a funny bit because it like is not dwelled on at all. He's just like, anyway, after the funeral, like that's about as long as they spend
Yeah,
on that, and they never
but-
call back to it.
It felt like this is an insane comparison. Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, where the entire movie is spent just like with him sulking and being like, My wife is God.
Wait,
You know?
you say it's an insane comparison. Isn't that like 1-to-1? Like
It's a
washed
very
up hack comedian making a shitty sequel to a
I guess it
okay
might be.
first one?
It might even be the same studio.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
Is Paul
Netflix
Blart Happy
made it.
Madison?
He could have been. Dude,
me
they got
fact check
the.
this.
I remember in I don't have any other way to mention this. In Paul Blart Mall
Yep,
Cop
it's
1,
the same one.
you can see the one of the guys from American Top Gear in it. And that's an Easter egg that most people wouldn't know about, but that's
Yeah,
why you
most
come to
people
this
wouldn't.
show for insight.
That's just the fun film facts you get here.
Yeah, no.
he gives-
Kevin James is a notorious Adam Sandler friend who Adam Sandler will pay millions of dollars to show up in his film, in which the plot involves us going to the Bahamas so we can all go on vacation and phone it in. So he's definitely a Happy Madison
Affiliate.
subsidiary. Yeah,
Acolyte.
affiliate.
On the black book of Adam Sandler, the little flight logs for Happy Madison.
Yeah, that one felt like it had some anti-Semitic undertones. I think that my friends at the ADL are gonna have a field day with that one, pal.
The hell, dude? It's just a reference to Jeffrey Epstein, the president's friend,
That's
the
true.
financier.
Well, I actually like that. It's multi-layered because he played the president in the movie Pixels.
He did, so it's full circle.
Yeah, that's genius. I should have never doubted you.
I did want to share one of my notes from just the intro of the movie, which I
Yeah.
think is a very apt comparison, especially like related to Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, but not a Happy Madison production. I just wrote down Anchorman 2. Just
So I
like the
haven't seen
intro, trying
Is
to like recoup for all this like absurdly like this absurd amount of time in between sequels, trying to like formulate and drum up this new plot that's extremely derivative of the first one. It just reminded me so much of Anchorman 2. I
I
the
get
whole
that.
intro as well. I was just like,
And there is
and they're all
like,
old.
it's dismal. It's like the longest first 12 minutes of a movie. I felt like it was a
Oh my
half
God.
an hour while
Yeah,
was
I
first
literally I
watching it.
checked it and I was like, there's no way I'm 15 minutes into this movie. I thought it was
Yeah.
halfway over.
No, literally, it's dismally long. So he just is a depressed
killed it.
alcoholic. He worked at a grocery store because he killed his wife or whatever.
I don't know if it's a recurring joke from the first one, but I did like him drinking out of all kinds of different stuff.
That would be a fun like side bit, except that was like the main bit that they had this entire
That's
movie.
probably the most cohesive joke, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you laugh or smile once at one joke? Like, did you get a good
I hate to say I did. I'm a sucker. I liked his kids.
What was you liked his kids?
I liked Adam
Are
Sandler's
you Jeffrey
kids in the
Epstein
movie.
adjacent?
Okay, no, listen. They were adults in the movie.
Big YouTubers, folks. Big YouTubers. The
Come
moment that you
on.
get over 200K, it's.
I just thought that they were clearly having fun,
On the
like
set.
acting on the set with Adam Sandler, who
Yeah.
I've heard is a very like funny guy in person, who is just I
Yeah.
guess doesn't care about the medium of film and hates you.
Well,
if you
yeah, he
like
doesn't.
film.
He clearly doesn't care about the medium of film.
Yeah, you can tell he despises the concept of art. He's a great guy. You can really tell that he burns paintings for kindling during the winters.
Adam Sandler's real daughter plays his daughter in this film. No.
I was wondering that. I was like, doesn't he? Because the movie is like a commentary on like getting older a little bit and like deriving inspiration from your kids as an older person versus from like your wife and like family and mentors. That's the only like kind of touching thing in the movie, or like attempt at like feeling or anything human. I don't know. I liked it because I watched it first. I didn't like it, but I understood it and tolerated it, and I was like, okay, this is fine. But after watching the second one, I was like, God, what an offensive piece of garbage.
Wait, I'd like to
I
correct
forgot
the
what
record.
movies could be like during the
I think
runtime.
all Jews look the same, but she's not his daughter. She's the lady in the Alcoholics Anonymous who looks like
That's
his daughter.
who looks. I know. I noticed that in the movie.
Yeah.
I was like, why does she look exactly like the actress playing his daughter for no reason, and she's barely in it.
Because that person was
Also,
cast to
why
look
are
like
there a
Adam
bunch
Sandler's
of
daughter.
Why are there a bunch of ass shots of him, of his like daughter in the movie? Because I thought he was like creeping on this woman.
At first, yeah, and when she's introduced as like a ballerina or whatever, she's doing her dances, and he's like just staring at her.
I thought he was like, oh, so Adam Sandler's a pervert.
And then I thought he was
Oh,
going to be
Wait, let me.
into
I
the.
can clear this up.
Yeah.
I can clear this up. So I don't know about both of you, but when you feel the absence of a father's love, what you realize is sometimes you can just kind of look at your child and not sexualize them and just think, "Wow, I'm happy I have a child." And
But I didn't
both
know
of
that
you
was
have
his
experienced
Well, I
child.
didn't
It
know it
was
was
just a
his
woman
kid.
to me. He was just staring at this woman on a
Yeah, it
bench
was like,
on
what
a
is-
deck, and that was the first time she had been introduced as that age. She had only been shown as a baby before, so I didn't know that the time had skipped that much.
Yeah, but
right.
her
You were too
dog.
distracted by AI's deep faked Adam
Yeah,
Sandler
I was
to realize
really
that was
thinking
meant to
about
be
that.
a different aged Adam Sandler.
They had to do it for like that commercial scene where he's like doing the Trojan condom ad, but his like whole face is CG, and that's all I could look at, and it looked terrible. And then he like kisses his wife as CG young Adam Sandler.
Which
Fuck.
feels wrong. That feels
Do you-
coercive.
It looked weird. It
somehow.
looked like The Last of Us animation.
That's true.
the movie.
Yeah. What's I gonna say? Okay.
Oh, I was
his
going to ask, do you guys
daughter-
think that Julie Bowen had it in her contract that you have to kill me in the first 5 minutes so I don't have to be in this movie?
Probably.
Well, she was in it in other scenes too.
Kind
Yeah,
of.
there
She
are
just shows up
constant
and is like, I'm
flashbacks
here. You know.
of
She's
her
got like
being-
a couple minutes in there. 8
Yeah,
lines.
There's
total.
there's like 5 flashbacks. There's like 5
There are a
flashbacks
lot.
to him killing his wife, and like 20 sequences where he's at his happy place. His wife is there with
Mhm.
beer.
Yeah, his happy place.
Yeah. So his daughter wants to go to ballerina school. Whatever.
But
No,
he's
no,
too
not
poor to
just
afford it
ballerina
now.
school.
He can't.
Like
he's
the
too
best
poor to
ballerina
afford-
school in
In
France.
Paris, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true. 'Cause he's too poor to afford it. They refinanced his fake Ferrari F40. So he wants to become a golfer again, and then he joins a threesome involving Eric Andre and Margaret Qualley. And I'm like,
They kept saying that. Was there no threesome joke in the whole fucking movie? They just keep
Well-
saying threesome like it's a normal term that I'm supposed to be used to.
yeah, it's a
funny.
normal golf term.
I
Let's
know,
be
but
fair.
I'm not a fucking. Who's a golf fan in here? Come on, guys. Am I right?
I'm not a fan of golf. I'm a fan of golfers because I'm a fan of drunk driving.
Okay. Well, that is funny, and cheating on your wife, I guess.
That
I
is
think
funny.
This is a
Cheating on
good.
your wife while drunk driving. That's what I want to do. That's how I want to go out.
This is a good topic to bring up, though, Eden. The idea that like no one likes golf because the plot of the first film revolves around the fact that golf
No
is
one
a
likes golf.
and it's a hoity-toity sport, and this raunchy hockey player is going to come in, and he kind of turns into this like wrestling sport where everyone's cheering the whole time, doing bouncy balls, and it's like look how they're disgracing the sport.
Yeah.
And half of the plot of this film, which by the way shouldn't have 2 plots, but it does. One is I need to win money so that my daughter can go to ballet school, but the other is there's a evil
Extreme sports version of golf.
there's
seems right up
a Jewish
the
billionaire is
original
trying to
alley.
make golf fun.
Make golf, dude, and it doesn't make sense. It feels like something out of 2004. It feels like Donald Trump's football league. It feels like the whole extreme.
It's Mama's
sports
Boy. It's literally just Mama's Boy.
Yeah, and that whole plot doesn't make sense. What I was gonna say is I like Eric Andre and Margaret Qualley, but they
I
say
wrote that
nothing.
down too.
They say nothing funny. I got excited and then I got reminded, oh, this is Eric Andre in Big 2025, where he just forgot how to be funny somehow. And Margaret Qualley,
She's just,
she's a good actress.
she did a great job. Let me just say, she did the
She's
best job
very
out of anyone.
pretty, so I'm gonna say
Yep.
I'm gonna agree. Yeah,
That's what she was hired for.
but
that's true.
the idea I was going for is like the protagonist of the first film is making golf more fun, and that's seen as a good thing. And this movie, they're trying to save golf from being ruined by making it more fun. Even
They're
though the
defending
guy
the
who's trying to
sanctity of
save
golf.
it. Yeah, the sanctity of golf. Meanwhile, the guy somehow has been like molded into the other, I think, real pro golfers that they had horribly acting in this film.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who are all like, yeah, you're part of us. You're part of the group of people that is the preserving the sanctity of golf, despite the fact that your entire plot point in the first film was ruining it. That
Do you
didn't
know-
really make a lot of
It's called
sense.
Do you know about? Do you know about the politics of the director?
No.
No.
This will.
I know
make it
about his
make
music
sense.
videos now, which does
Um,
explain why the movie looks like that. Actually,
Mhm.
It looks like a childish Gambino music video, in your opinion. Is that?
well, it
is
looks
that-
like someone shot by, or it looks like something shot by someone who doesn't know how to shoot movies and knows how to shoot music videos on a digital camera.
Maybe. But he had an interview where he was talking about wanting to make a non-woke Happy Gilmore.
That's such a good I have a big note
That-
here. This
which-
advertised as non-woke.
Yes.
And like, was there
Really?
anything?
Yes,
Can we go
this
through,
is
like,
an anti-woke movie. Eden,
That's
your
why
mind-
Rob Schneider had the cameo in it.
Your mind has been blown, pal.
Yeah, I want
I had
you
no
both
idea.
to give me your best example of what would have pissed off liberals. Because here's my example, and you can use this one if you want. I think maybe the fact that the Pro Golf Crazy League was called the Maxi League was like a reference to Maxi Pad, which is like, oh, tampons,
Women. Yeah.
tampons and women are bad. I think that was the closest I could get to anything being like
I think
non-PC. What do you think?
what's trying to say is like golf is good traditional values. Then the big woke man comes in and removes traditional values of golf, despite the fact that that's why the first movie is interesting and funny. So you need to defend honor, white man.
Defend the
Mr.
status
Sandler.
quo.
All
It's
Eden,
true.
What's the least woke thing in this film?
Well,
pissed
what confuses
you off
me
as a
about the least woke thing has got to be the Rob Schneider cameo. I was surprised that he was in it, to be honest, because he's a fucking
yes.
whack job now.
Okay,
He has
and-
lost his mind,
And
he's just there for the one line that he always says.
Mm-hmm. What is he? What is the Rob Schneider cameo? Tell us about it.
I don't even. I'm assuming it. I fucking forget what movie.
Okay,
is
here.
it from the original Happy Gilmore? Is
No,
it-
it's even
Okay,
worse
great.
than this. Okay, so let me explain. In the
Jesus.
first Happy Gilmore, and this is, I think, a funny joke in the first film, he goes to his happy place to get into the Zen mode before he hits the ball. And in his happy place, he sees his girlfriend. She's in lingerie. She's holding beer. He sees his grandma, who's poor, winning the lottery. And then this complete random midget in a cowboy suit rides by on a unicycle, and he just waves and smiles. And it's like, why is that at this happy place? It's like a
That makes
funny,
me happy.
absurd joke. It's funny. And
Yeah.
that midget, I'm assuming, or a little person. What's the PC? I'm sorry, I'm non-woke.
Yeah, you're not
I-
supposed to say
I'm
that. It's a
assuming
little
since it's
person, but
been
yeah.
like, I'm assuming
Dude,
since
there are
it's been-
midgets have shooters, bro.
No,
You're gonna fucking get killed. Okay?
no,
you
they're
can't
gonna
say
come.
that.
They're gonna come into my workplace. I'm gonna hold my hand out.
They're
like in the
gonna- they're
cartoons,
gonna
and he's like,
sneak in
"Let me
through-
at him! Let me at him!"
They're gonna sneak in through the little doggy door in your front door and fucking shoot you when you're asleep, pal.
Okay, so this little person, I'm presuming is dead now because it's been 29 years, and I know they have like health issues and stuff like that. So they replace it with Rob Schneider, and Rob Schneider, first of all, like, is not funny to just exist in your film in the same way a random midget in a cowboy suit is. But then he
Yeah.
also says you can do it in the like Rob Schneider like Mexican
you can
accent,
do it.
and I think that's
Yeah.
from Joe Dirt, which is like a
think, yes.
completely different film. So
Which is
anyone
a better
going
movie
from
also. Joe
Yes.
Dirt 1 and 2 mog this movie.
but like the fact that he says it just doesn't make any sense. Like it's like a reference to a completely different film that has
That's
nothing to do with
awesome.
the first film.
I
that's
mean, you
Rob
gotta
Schneider
have him in
cameo.
there.
Oh,
though.
I have the least woke part of the movie.
Yeah.
The weird AAVE written by a white person, and also the having the black lady make a
Oh my
reference
god!
to 2024's Kendrick Lamar Song of the Summer hit single They Not Like Us.
Oh,
And then she
Which
said,
was-
she was
she
like,
said-
Happy Gilmore's making black people like golf again too, which was also an insane fucking line.
which is that's
There's
true.
no other black
I
characters in the
clap.
whole movie.
Yeah,
Where?
it's just like, I don't know if there's a name for it's the archetype. It's a very 2000s archetype of like reminded me of Ghostbusters 2016, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Can we talk? I need to talk about this.
She says
not-
celebrities, they just like us, which
That's not woke. That's pretty.
which-
That's pretty. I would
Um,
say.
also
insulting.
before this, Striker, whatever the fuck that guy's name is,
Scooter McGavin.
Scooter yeah, whatever.
I think
uh,
he's actually the closest
he
thing to
was-
a character.
He
Yes.
was in prison for quote unquote conspiracy to commit vehicular manslaughter. Now, would anyone like to explain to me what manslaughter means?
Okay, so get this.
When you kill someone on accident is what it means through negligence. Now, how
That's
do you make a
that's pretty smart.
conspiracy to do an accident and be negligent?
Okay, well, here, no, wait. I can
can
explain this. I can explain.
Sure.
No, that wasn't a joke. That was what happened in the first film. Shooter McGavin is intimidated by Happpy, who is going to steal the gold jacket from him and is winning in the tournament. So he hires this guy. And this is a good pivot to my next point. But first, he hires this guy to just say "jackass" every time Happy Gilmore is about to hit the ball, and it fucks him up. But then that stops working because his happy plays takes over. So what he has to do is he says, all right, hit him with a car, which is, were he to kill Happy Gilmore, I don't think the intent was to murder him, but that it was he conspired to tell a guy to try to hit him with a car. Third-degree murder is manslaughter.
Is it?
In a lot of states, yeah, that's how it's classified.
In a lot of states. What state is this in? I will nitpick
I think they're in Florida in one of them, but I don't remember.
I think that's where
the first movie
Okay,
takes
I'm
place
have
at
to
this
get
point.
cut touch with many of my cousins in regards to this.
Oh, jeez. Is this accurate legal? Legalese?
Is this legally accurate?
Look, Adam Sandler,
it's
if
really
I can
upset.
fault him for one thing, it's not that he gets his Jewish facts wrong, and I think he double checked with his friends.
Yeah.
But this is my next point was
Also
so that guy, that actor who says jackass and hits him with a car, I presume is dead or didn't want to come back for the film. But they like that
Why
joke
you
so
always
much.
presume these people fucking dead?
Because
Been a
everyone
long
else in the world shows up in this film.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce,
Okay.
Stephen A. Smith, the Breakfast Club podcast, I want to say, was in it.
There's a bunch of podcasts.
Bad
Best
Friends.
The Best
I
Friends
felt
or Bad Friends, yeah, they
Bad
were
Friends.
in it.
I felt very
So-
represented.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if they didn't show up, I assume they're dead.
Right.
So the
Guy Fieri.
they want that Guy Fieri, yeah.
Of Guy's Grocery Games and Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, that was cinematic. That was a cinematic reveal. I will admit that I did make a soy-adjacent expression and point at my monitor.
That was the point of the movie where I was lying down because it was giving me a headache. But I did see Guy Fieri.
Well, so the son of the jackass guy shows up, not the actual son of the actor, but the son of the in-universe character,
Played
doing
by
the
Marshall
same
Mathers.
joke.
Yeah.
And so you think, that was Eminem?
Yeah, that was
That was
Eminem.
Eminem. How'd
I
you
didn't
not
even
know that
notice.
was Eminem?
Because I was so distracted by how stupid the concept of
He literally
Makeup
yells
design character.
Detroit. He literally yells Detroit as he's
Does.
getting mauled to death by alligators.
I may or may not have been paying attention at this point, but
Yeah.
the point I wanted to make was this is a recurring theme in this legacy sequel of all the original people are dead. I think the Carl Weathers is dead, right? Is he
Yeah.
not dead? So they have Carl Weathers' son show up as the new trainer. They have the son of the jackass guy, and they have the son of the big guy with a nail in his head.
Mm-hmm.
And it's super stupid.
About family.
It's like they didn't. Yeah, it's about family. But this is this is me autistically analyzing the lore of Happy Gilmore universe.
Of course.
But they say, "What happened to your dad?" The guy with the nail in his head, and they're like, "Well, he rolled over." And I was like, "That's almost a funny joke." Like, you rolled
I thought
over.
that was kind of funny.
Well, except in the first film, he gets the nail out before the end of the film.
Well,
He does
they
not
say
have
he
the nail
got
in
the
his-
nail out, but he wanted it back in.
It just felt right.
Yeah, they said something like that. It's like, oh, he wanted nail back in his head. It felt better.
That's
Oh.
perverted and
Yeah.
twisted and
That's
wrong.
disgusting.
That's absolutely disgusting.
It's mutilation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gender mutilation, I think. Oh,
But
also,
yeah, I just want to say it's
thing,
insulting. It's insulting to use the trope of this character's son is the same as the character because we don't want to evolve any of the plot lines 3 times, if not more. It might have happened more than that.
I mean, it's
surprising.
literally like Star Wars. It felt like Dave Filoni wrote this fucking thing.
Yeah, I laughed once, which was Stephen A. Smith saying, "We gotta kill him,"
Yeah.
which
thought
was
that would be
funny.
a
I
pretty
like
cool
that because
context.
it was Stephen A. Smith saying they wanted to kill Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
But via electric chair, which I was enthused about the concept of. Also,
Do you think he
another
knew he was in a movie when they filmed him doing that?
See, you stole another joke from me. Told to you in context.
That's my running
I-
bit is when you tell me something funny in Discord, I'm going to say it louder.
That's
loud
such a.
during the podcast.
Thanks for
That's very
explaining
funny.
it to the audience. I really appreciate that.
Oh, speaking of, in the scene where they're Travis Kelce's a waiter and they're explaining how they have to defeat the Maxi Pad League or whatever. There's a guy who keeps saying that's what she said at inopportune moments. And
was
then the joke of that film is not that he's saying that, but then the second guy saying, "Hey, that doesn't make any sense." So like they understand the concept of a joke bombing
They
and
do.
not making any sense, and
Well,
they point it
it's-
out, and then every other joke in the film is that.
No,
Yeah.
because I feel like every joke is explained because every time they tell a joke, there's also a reaction shot of like people being like, "That was awkward. That was
Yes.
silly. That was crazy."
That
Which
happened.
it feels like it feels like if Blue Sky made a movie because it's like there's tone tags in my fucking film. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that's what I am so confused about with the anti-woke stuff. Is like, I'm sorry, this felt way more woke than the first one. He goes to his happy place, and his wife comes in and is like chastising him for his fucking male chauvinist fantasy.
Yeah.
Isn't that like literally anti-woke?
That's so anti woke.
What the hell?
Resist.
Yeah, this is the fucking Ruth Bader Ginsburg of movies.
Ruth
It's
Conda
dead.
forever.
Dude,
It died.
that's awesome. Why do people like Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
She
She
wrote
was
really
the first
good
woman on the
dissents.
Supreme Court.
No, she wasn't.
Did she? She
Whatever.
wasn't. What? Also, she
Whatever.
her,
I don't
like,
remember all the
It
her
was
others.
legacy
hella
is
What did they ever do?
she fucking hated black people and Indians.
And
man.
indigenous people. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She was super fucking racist.
Awful.
Never had a
person.
black staffer in like fucking 80 years of being a Supreme Court justice. Just a fucking coincidence.
Which
Oopsie-daisy.
that doesn't make sense statistically.
Yeah.
Yeah, at all. Also,
No.
another anti-woke moment is the how I put this, the Speedy Gonzalez style Mexican character, which I did.
Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
You mean Bad Bunny playing a waiter?
That was
Yeah.
Bad Bunny.
That was
yeah,
Bad Bunny,
I
and
wasn't sure.
He's fluent in English in real life, right?
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Like he can speak
Yeah.
coherently, but
Yeah.
Adam Sandler's like, okay,
doesn't
we're
have
gonna
that
make you like
accent.
we're gonna make you a crazy
he had
Mexican
say,
immigrant who can't speak English because it's funny.
He'd say Holmes at any point in this movie, which I feel like took a lot of self-control on the part of Adam Sandler.
I thought
Wait,
it was awesome how he was like the like I don't know, he was like catching all the balls and stuff. He was like, they made him like extra epic. You know what I mean? He was-
Oh wait, I want to
in
give
that
full
one
context
scene.
to that joke.
He
So-
caught balls
so-
in his mouth.
Yes.
yeah, he did catch the balls in his mouth.
So
That's
in the
awesome.
first film, and this is a funny joke in my opinion, because Adam Sandler's shtick is that he wants to be a hockey player really bad, and he's terrible at it. And every year, the way he toughens up is he gets into a batting cage and just has the balls smack him in various parts of his body to like get ready for beating people up in hockey season, which
Yeah.
is like kind of a funny concept. But in this film, the callback is, let's do that again with all the golfers. And that's the joke, but
And Bad Bunny
but
catches
also
all the
Bad Bunny,
balls.
he doesn't get hit by them because he can catch them.
He's a ninja.
He's not a golfer. He's the caddy. So like it
Yeah.
doesn't.
He's like some fucking guy that shows up that gets
Yeah.
fired by Travis Kelsey for no reason.
Yeah. There is a extreme sports golf thing. There's also a conspiracy with ligaments.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I
So-
was gonna add as well. Like, how can you say this is an anti-woke movie when like the CEO guys are the bad guys? Like, they are usually the ones who are the most like performatively woke, but still, like that's what people hate anyway. Like,
Well, I think it's just sort of about a
golf is an app
populist-
now.
Populism or whatever.
Oh, I wanted to say the actor who plays the CEO. What's his name? Benny Safdie.
Safety, yeah.
So
That's
so
why he's from The Curse.
So he gets
what he looks
very
like.
injured at some point, and like the rest of the film, he's like all wrapped up and bruised. And I think
yeah.
I think like he looks the same before and after. Like he already looks like he's been beat up constantly. Like he looks like he's got facial reconstruction surgery.
I really like his commitment to playing some of the douchiest characters just in general. If you saw
Oh,
him in
he-
The Curse,
he looks like a douchebag.
he just commits to it. He made himself
Yeah.
look like 100% more douchey in the Curse as well. It was fucking
Um,
insane.
There's dubstep during the
There
like
is.
epic extreme sports golf. It feels like it's straight out of 2004.
It felt like 2004, but also like 2011. Like it felt like the Woody Woodpecker 3D movie. You know what I mean? It's
That
like
is a pull.
I know, but it's true.
Brazilians.
Yeah.
I get it in the
W.
comments.
Wait, do you guys think that they think that what the extreme league in this film was is what the left is like? They're like, ah, yeah, because if you remember,
I think so.
I think all of the golfers on the OG team, they're all old white men, and all of the golfers on the Maxi team are like diverse. There's like a woman and a black guy, and like maybe they think like, oh,
That's the radical left.
maybe there's this like subversive tone of like they're trying to DEI golf by letting black people and Jews play. And,
which are two groups that are not known for golfing ever. Not even once, not even one time. Name a golfer.
Never again.
It's not going to be a Jewish person or a black person. All of the most famous golfer is a white man. Trust.
Oh, this is a very big tangent, but do you guys ever go on Reddit?
No, not anymore.
Okay, because every time
We
I see
did
a
not.
film, Reddit as it is to do this. Sometimes after I see a film, I go on the r/movies thread because I think 70% of the time they usually have semi-adjacent like taste in what I have, and I want to see what people are saying. And I think I saw nothing but like positive comments about this film, and I don't
It's
know why.
Redditors.
And it might have been a coincidence, but then I saw an article that said 50% of all web traffic is bots now. And I think that I believe in an anti-Semitic Jewish conspiracy to
I agree.
astroturf this film to make people think it's funny.
I think Netflix would do that. Not in an anti-Semitic way, but just normal.
It's... I like throwing up that distance there. That's very funny to me.
No, it's funny.
But yeah, it's very obvious how astroturfed things have been. I mean, look at Toy Story 3. That was like the first real bot scandal. No, Toy Story 4. That was the first like botting scandal for a film. I mean, even with film reviews, these things are astroturfed because there's an expectation when you're like writing film reviews for magazines and things like that you're going to give a 6 or above, or else you're not going to be invited back for like private access and early
for sure
and stuff like that.
What did Critical Drinker think
of
this film?
He probably liked it.
I gotta get Critical Drinker on the show.
Oh yeah,
that guy's awesome.
I'm sorry, Rosa. The podcast people won't be able to see this, but did you just draw a pair of boobs on your nose? Is that what that is?
What?
Look down at your notes. Is that 2 circles with nipples? Were you just doodling boobs while you're watching?
No, this is boobs, but the nipples are eyeballs.
Oh,
well, that sounds like a fun body horror film. Much more entertaining than this.
They win.
I don't have much more to say about this. Like we said, abortion. The one thing I will say, and this is more of
like we said, taking credit.
Like I said, and you never did. I don't know, like if there's a word for this, but like when watching the first film, like you can tell it's like a film with like characters, and like there's a funny character like an Adam Sandler who's playing off of a bunch of like straight men. Like most of the characters in the film are juxtaposed of like, look how wacky Adam Sandler is being. But in this film, everyone's wacky, everyone's quipping, everyone's joking, everyone's reacting in a jokey way, in like the worst MCU kind of way. And I don't know where that's come from, but like there's got to be a word for like this MCUification where like there is no serious character, there is no straight man. But that was this
Israeli style filmmaking. The Israeli school of cinema.
But final thoughts on my end is this was a travesty. It made me appreciate the first film more, despite the first film being a flawed but enjoyable, 7 out of 10 comedy. And everyone involved in it should die because they all are bad people. And it was awful.
What would you give it out of 10, Eden?
Oh, out of 10, I would give it like a 3. It's a fucking really rough watch. It's like there's so much you could talk about just in detail of like what's wrong with it, because it's like everything. But also every scene goes on too long. Every single one. Every single like without exception goes on like 20 seconds at least too long, sometimes way more. It's crazy how it drags.
I shouldn't watch a movie and laugh only once. I'm giving this a 6 out of 30, tying it with Unfrosted. Is it better or worse than Unfrosted? I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't think I laughed at all in Unfrosted, so I'm going to put one above Unfrosted, putting it between How the Grinch Stole Christmas 2000 and Unfrosted.
I think I just want to put on the record. Oh, sorry.
I'll give it a 2 out of 10, or what? I guess what's that? A 10 out of 30? No,
That is
a 6 out of 30.
You'll get
Out of 30?
But yeah, it would be. Yeah, because we're 3 times better than our guests.
Okay, I see. That makes sense. I just want to put on the record, in this film especially, Happy Gilmore is a Mary Sue. He wins. He basically gets a hole-in-one every single time. Once he actually like gets his like powers back or whatever. And that also just goes to show that golf is a fucking boring sport that not even people who are making movies about golf even want to watch.
Well,
So
yeah.
you just get the hole-in-one every time, and then there you go. You don't have to keep filming
And
and play
that's-
golf because it fucking
Also,
sucks.
Eden,
Having a
that's the
shot
plot
clock
point.
is a good idea.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
on
is.
golf? Yeah.
Yeah.
But Eden, that's the plot of the first film, is that he's really good at hitting the ball. He's terrible
Exactly.
at putting, and his arc is that he has to learn how to be like meticulous and like improve his short game. And like he even has a moment where he's like, I don't want to like. Well, the whole joke is like he hates golf, but like he's tempted by the money. And in this film, there's a moment where the CEO is like, hey, I'll give you 10% of this $1 billion golf company, which would absolutely be something in any other movie that the character thinks about. But he's just immediately like, no, which is a very Mary
I'm
Sue
gonna throw
moment,
you a
like,
lobster tank.
He's
yeah,
always the best.
Yeah.
he's
And
always
always
the best.
pure.
It's bad.
God's
folks.
chosen golfer.
Yeah, exactly. Oh wait, we have to cut in ad like halfway through. Okay,
Oh,
let's do
you're
let's do that
monetized?
now, and then we'll
for
do
you.
the fucking outro. Yeah. Hey,
Wait, for what product?
you'll see, you'll hear.
I want to do the
Hey.
ad read. I want to say,
Hey, Eden, does your partner ever not shut the fuck up?
Sometimes.
You know what you should do? You should give that bitch a smackin'. The sponsor of today's episode, Smakin Sunflower Seeds, ladies and gentlemen. They are the #1 sunflower seed in the world.
It's a real
Smackin'.
sponsor.
Yes, I'm getting
Sorry.
paid for this. I said that, and they don't give a fuck. I said at one point in ad read that
That's insane.
that is insane. Smacking sunflower seeds, they're so good, they gotta be genocidal. Dude, did you know they come in over a dozen flavors of sunflower
awesome.
seed? That's the seed I need. Sunflower seed. They have nacho cheese flavor, churro flavor. If you want a little seed for dessert, what else do they have?
Dill pickle.
Plain seed. They got dill pickle. Yeah, you got that. You got that. I want them to do an everything bagel flavor. Can you do that, Smakin? Please, Smakin. Anyway, you can get 10% off if you go to smakin.com. No, smakinsunflowerseeds.com/lilcummer, spelled LILCUMMER. That's real.
That's a great code.
Go there. Cummers love seed. That's the seed that you need. I have a need for seed. Smack it. I'm filling out time. What else can I say? Anyone got any seed-related puns?
well,
They're
yeah,
fucking
so you gotta
sunflower seeds. I don't know how to fill up. I don't know what these fucking people want from me.
pile them up, the shells, like the bunny and
That sucks. Can we try that?
Can we try not to make any jokes about the bunny guys?
Guys, that's really
Let's just not.
insensitive. That's still happening.
Yeah, after October 7th, how can you say
After
anything?
October 7th, I don't know what you can actually go. Did you know that they're made in what's the Mormon state? Is it Utah?
Utah.
Utah.
Yeah, they're made there. So I don't know how I feel about that. How do you guys feel about Utah?
I do not like Utah. It is,
fuck
if you know a lot about the history, it is America's Israel.
Yep, they are made in America's Israel. 100% Israeli-made sunflower seeds.
They
Of
call it
America.
Zion. It's Mormon
can-
Zion.
It's
It's
just to be-
true.
Oh, I want to advertise the product, though. I don't know if your audience knows this, but you can buy a bucket that can hold 54 bags of sunflower seeds. Mix and match
That's
your
great.
favorite flavors. Wow.
That's awesome.
That's
What's
a
your
deal.
what flavor looks the best to you?
I mean, I'm really torn between sour cream and onion and garlic parmesan. They both look delicious.
that's true. There's also backyard barbecue flavor.
Specifically backyard?
Is that
Yeah,
like
which
a
is
reference
fucked
to
up.
Israel?
Good lord, Jesus fucking Christ, that was a deep pull. Were you making a reference to what I think you were making a reference to? Because that's fucking insane.
It depends on what do you think I meant?
Smakin', they're great.
Gotta feed on seed.
Art Linkletter endorsed Smakin Sunflower Seeds before he died. Don't forget that. SmakinSunflowerSeeds.com/rollcomer.
All right, let's talk about the funnier film.
Let's talk about the unironic funnier film. The
is?
Time That Remains, 2009, directed by Ilya Suleiman. This is a examination of the creation of the state of Israel in 1948 through the present day, in a semi-biographical format, spanning 4 chapters, those being 1948, 1970, 1980, and 2009, talking about the situation for Palestinians in this fantastic black comedy that was very reminiscent of Wes Anderson's films.
Yeah.
I wanted to say, like, my take,
adored.
the idea that the main character, or at least for the most of it, is this Palestinian weapons maker that's helping this, like, you know, anti-Israeli resistance. I think it's cool that we finally got a film that was like humanizing the bad guys. I don't think we've really seen that very much.
That's so beautifully put, Niels.
Yeah, it's like what if we followed a stormtrooper around in Star Wars? You know what I mean?
That's that's brilliant.
That's actually the zone of interest.
It's a lot like this.
It actually is a lot like the zone of interest,
dude.
Like it very much is like a
lifelike.
Well, there's a lot of like fly on the wall scenes where it's like there's no you know, if you took this out of context and you showed it to someone, it's like, here's a scene where the main character walks down the street and says hi to someone, and you're like, what was the point of that scene? There was no character development, there was no progressing of the plot, but it's not meant to be that. It's meant to be, this is what these people are dealing with under Israeli occupation every day.
What normal life looks like.
This is normal life for them. And I really was sucked into that world. Like, and in fact, I'll give it this credit too. It does it in a way that the zone of interest doesn't, which is, you know, as much as I appreciate how the zone of interest did this fly on the wall kind of filming, it was very slow, and that's meant to suck you in. It's meant to make you feel like you're really there. This film sped it up a little, and it has nothing to do with the fact
too. And I appreciate that, just tonally.
You know, it has nothing to do with the fact that I watched it in 2 times speed to make sure I could finish it. But
is that
it
real?
was a lot faster.
Dude,
I almost did that for Happy Gilmore too.
Well, that's justifiable. Yeah, so we opened up in 2009 with the director in the back of a taxi. There's a storm, and then we're transported to 1948 in the midst of the Nakba in the city of Nazareth within Palestine. Very funny scene right off the bat with giving a member of the Arab Liberation Army incorrect directions back to back to back.
Yeah.
I quite liked, and I thought it was quite funny. And there are just a lot of scenes that are just Israelis terrorizing these people in these often small but just like needlessly cruel ways. Like the scene with the plane flying close to a car, flying the white flag. Its way to sign over the city to Israel.
Just to intimidate them, yeah.
It's just this like chronic and sustained cruelty. It's awful.
Can I need to ask a question. This is maybe my illiteracy showing, but there's a scene where they capture the main character, the weapons manufacturer, and ask him, you know, like, where are your contacts? Like, who you're giving this to? And he won't answer.
Who's the director's father?
The director's father, yes. And they're like about to shoot him, and then they don't, and then they hit him, and then they like kind of take his limp body and throw it over a wall, which kind of like was indicative of a lot of scenes I've seen of, you know, throwing people in mass graves, or you know, like doing, but that's kind of just like the end of the scene, and then, you know, he's alive later. Could someone explain the point of that to me? Was that like a symbolism thing, or
that is I like to think of the father character Fod as representing the Palestinian nation. And I think that is representative of this concept of a Palestinian nation seemingly dying in 1948. yet still through in this very contradictory way, carrying on through the 70s and through today, if that makes sense.
So maybe
Yeah, I mean,
So it's not literal.
He did not die there, but he might as. It looked like he did. It might as well.
He didn't.
And he never really was the same.
He wasn't alive. I don't know that he was alive in 1948. Because that wouldn't make sense with the timeline of the movie. It's more so about this concept of a nation defeated and a resistance defeated. There's also a ski mask, the slump god appearance, which I quite liked. Put that on screen, thank you. If you can't, if you're listening to this on audio, I'll let you imagine ski mask, the slump god. Thank you. I thought that this was a beautiful opening, like a very, very beautiful retelling of the events of 1948 on this very small scale. A lot of it relies on being created for a Palestinian audience that understands this sort of context, which it's very helpful for pre-reading, so you know where you are.
Right.
Depending on
the whole film is in Arabic, correct? Did you guys have subtitles?
Yeah.
I did.
Okay, I didn't. So I didn't really know what was happening most of the time. No, I'm just.
Dude, I didn't know that you knew Arabic. That's impressive.
It's nuts.
Do you speak any languages other than English?
I speak German.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, and a little bit of Spanish, but I forgot it all.
But
But now that there's no French.
See, I get to say nice things about my friends that they don't understand, but my little compliments get to be understood by our French viewers. There is some issue with overlit shots during this initial section, but dude, it's a Palestinian film production. I don't know what you expect. You know,
I mean, all things considered, the production was incredible. I thought
the production was absolutely stunning for
even the set pieces, like the period accurate hardware and guns and clothing and all that was super fucking. I think it was really well done. It was really beautiful to just like see a slice of it so like artfully shot as well.
Yeah.
And this is not an insult. I would say this felt like if a college student was able to make a high quality, low budget Wes Anderson film.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very similar sort of budgetary constraint.
But a lot of like people centered directly in front of the camera, talking to it, like that AI thing that was trying to replicate the Wes Anderson film, and all they could do was just put a character in the very middle and have them say a thing. Like there was a lot of that in this film, except instead of looking like AI, it was like a real person shot it, and then there was also other types of shots.
Yeah. I thought it was spectacularly shot all throughout. So then we go to the 70s. 1970. And we see Fawad again, who is a machinist.
Right, and he specifically is using his lathes to make weapons for the Palestinian resistance.
Yes. And being brought to Lebanon. His neighbor...
So when they accused of him of that was like legit. I might have missed that. Because I couldn't tell if it was...
The first time we see him, he's like putting together a weapon that he's making on a lathe,
True, but that was like 30 years prior, so I wasn't sure if he was still doing it, because I wasn't sure where they relocated to, or if they stayed in Nazareth the whole time under Israeli occupation.
So it goes 1948 Nazareth, 1970 I believe is Nazareth.
Oh, okay.
And then 1980 it goes to Ramallah, which I hate, because every time I hear the name of the city of Ramallah, I have to think of Ela Klein's Ugly Mug.
Was she from Ramallah, or is that where she did an idea?
No, she was known for committing a illegal pogrom in Ramallah.
Kidnapping, yeah.
Yeah, which is awesome, a really cool thing to admit to.
And brag about, and talk about how it was like fun.
It's anti-Zionism, man. It's anti-Zionist behavior,
Okay. I'm not up to date on my Klein, my Klein lore.
So it's like if Jeffrey Epstein was a country, it would be Israel. If Israel was a person, it would be Jerry Seinfeld. If Jerry Seinfeld was a country would be where Ethan Ela Klein lead. Does this make sense?
Yes.
It's all making sense.
And it would facilitate their like attitudes politically.
Yes, a Labubu kingdom.
All right, that's Saudi Arabia. Come on.
That's true. That's true. There are many Labubu states.
They have a
throughout the world.
democracy, all right, an apartheid democracy, and that's fine.
Dude,
America had that for longer than it hasn't.
Real democracy has never been tried, folks.
That's true.
Sure, man. Israel is a real democracy, and that's why I oppose liberalism. That's the dark truth nuke that people understand.
Yeah, actually, real ones will get it.
Real ones will get it. Real Bordiga-pilled, organic centralists will understand.
Maoist third worldists.
Nope, those are my Those are my enemies on the class field.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm an imperialist through and through. Sorry.
True. Imperialism is historically progressive, Chud.
It clearly works.
Okay, yeah.
Your
say
best
what you
argument.
want.
We
Okay,
did it.
Say what you want. It did work. And doing what? It worked.
Fucking shit up, but
Fucking shit up.
birthing me. I'm awesome.
You're the child. You're the child of Hitler and Benjamin Netanyahu.
I mean, aren't we all in some sense?
That's fucking true.
Truth
You're
nuke.
speaking my language.
I have a question about the the symbolism of the film. I wanted to know if you guys caught on to this, but in the beginning of the film, the weapons manufacturer, the dad of the director, is like very. I mean, he's like a suave, handsome guy, but he's also very like giddy. When the IDF, or I don't know if they're called the IDF at this point in 1948, but when the Israeli soldiers like have him against the wall, you know, he says like a count to three, run, and he like sprints away, and he's like, you know, kind of very shifty, very on edge, right? And then by the end of the film, as he evolves into an old man, he becomes this very passive, lethargic, methodical person who, like, as people are being terrorized, guns are going off, tanks are in the streets, he is just kind of like, you know, if you've ever seen an Indian dad lock in at the grocery store, put his two hands behind his, you know, back, and just kind of like pace in a very
That's why I think he represents the
state of Palestine.
The state of Palestine,
Yeah.
because he's sort of representing the PLO and their very passive capitulatory approaches towards relations with Israel.
Well, and that's why I think like that analogy made a lot of things click for me, especially because I was thinking a lot about the director and his like representation of himself in the film being sort of not the end point, but at least the culmination of generational trauma and the kind of person that like being traumatized kind of makes you. As like just a passive observer, you kind of become a wallflower. You get out of the way and you see a lot, and you might think a lot about it, but you are it does like sort of make you more passive. And I think you know there's a lot to be said for even like civilization, or just like people in general being passive to the struggle of Palestine. Not to say that like the director was directly in the film itself, but just like what seeing it kind of does to you as a person, and how, I mean, he didn't even have a line of dialogue. He was just watching, and I don't know. There's something I related to a lot with that. With like, I've been open about like PTSD and stuff in the past, and that's like, it was very like relatable in a way.
He reminded me of the character of Vladek from Art Spiegelman's Vladek from Art Spiegelman's biography of his father, Mouse, to a large extent, which I recommend everyone reads. But we get to see in 1970 my favorite scene of the film, which is what's called an Arab school, a Palestinian school, singing nationalist hymns in Hebrew for the state of Israel, and winning an award on behalf of a Israeli as a sign of good faith to Palestinians. And it brought up images of during the Shoah they would have Jewish musicians often. The reason that they were locked up was on account of playing jazz and things like that. Play German nationalist songs at the gates to Auschwitz in the orchestra that they had at Auschwitz-Birkenau.
Yeah.
And that reminded me of that. Just this idea of turning these people that you seek to destroy into these like performing monkeys for your own amusement as like this grotesque form of humiliation.
I don't know if you guys noticed, and this might have been on purpose or just due to the fact that it's a bunch of children acting, but there was one of them who just wasn't singing in the scene. They're all kind of like, whenever kids are singing in real life or in a film, they're all just like, going through the motions. You made me do this. And one of them just kind of isn't. I don't know if that was like some statement of an act of resistance or it's just children are horrible.
I think so. Okay. I think that intentionality to it. Because
you don't look happy, like
yeah, the unwillingness to sing, I think is. If you got a bunch of Jewish kids to like sing Erica under threat of violence, I don't think that they would be particularly enthused about that.
That's where you're wrong, Rosa, because that song's a banger, and I'm not just saying that.
Dude, I love my liberal co-host, man. I really love that for you. I love having a fucking, it's so good.
Fucking moron.
It's really good,
man.
I
one of my favorite. I have two favorite scenes I'd like to point out. The first is the kind of running evolution of watching this like performative cruelty from the Israelis. I'm sure this is kind of a reference to how it evolved over time. But when the father, the weapons manufacturer, is fishing, it starts off, he's fishing. The Israelis, doing some sort of security check, come up and they say, "Hey, everything okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, everything's fine." And it's like, "What are you up to?" And he's like, "Oh, just fishing." It's like, "Okay, carry on, have a good one." This is very normal interaction. And the second time they come up and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" He's fishing. Everything okay? Yeah. Where are you from? "Oh, I'm from Nazareth." "Well, there's fish there. Why are you here?" And it's just kind of like a passive-aggressive comment.
Yeah.
And then they go away, and it's like, okay. And then the final time it comes up, they shine the light on them again. They're like, "What are you doing here?" Or, no, excuse me, they don't even say anything. They just shine the light, kind of intimidate them, look at them, give them an angry look, and then drive off. And it's just showing, the lack of humanity as it's going on, where at first they're, interested in checking on them, and it's like a legitimate, probably the way that any IDF security would justify their actions, saying, like, "Look, we're trying to make sure these people are safe. We want to make sure they're like nothing bad's happening, and there's terrorists and there's Palestinians, and we want to help them out." But by the end of it, it's just, "Hey, motherfucker, don't do anything. I'm looking at you. You're under constant surveillance." Which leads into my second favorite scene, which is where this is like the best. I think the best joke in the film, and also like a perfect comedy scene, slapstick scene, which Happy Gilmore 2 could never hope to achieve, which is when there's a Palestinian guy taking a phone call, walking out of his house and pacing back and forth.
Oh my God,
as he's doing this, there's a IDF tank parked right in front of his house, and the turret is just constantly tracking this man, ready to blow him into pink mist. And he is completely
unbothered.
Unbothered by this. Yeah. Just having his "Oh God, I'll come into work today" kind of phone call or whatever. And this thing is just tracking him back and forth as he's pacing back and forth in the street, like it's just ready to explode him. Which is also a perfect encapsulation of Palestinian life and how there's constantly a gun pointed at your head, even if you're just trying to live your life normally. But those were both great.
Yeah, I agree.
I think, we mentioned it a little bit before, but I do think watching the director's father, Fouad, change throughout the movie and eventually just sort of disappear and have his mother almost take on that quiet, pensive, obviously due to age, but also could be trauma as well.
Was there a dementia thing kind of going on there too?
I mean, she was definitely having health concerns. She had diabetes after the third chapter, I think. She mentioned it in a letter.
It doesn't make any sense because the Israelis would never let sugar into Gaza.
Well, they're in Nazareth. Yeah. Even though it's I'm sure not being able. I'm sure it complicates because making sure you have daily insulin. I'm sure it only makes things harder.
1980. Not as much happens, but Elia. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. If it's not, put a correction here. Gets sort of exiled from Palestine. Yeah. He doesn't make his return until the present day chapter.
Right,
which the director went to New York.
I see.
And there's a film of his from '93, which is about his experience living in New York. in
interesting.
the context of the Gulf War, which is quite interesting.
That's very brave of him, Rosa, because I don't know if you'd agree with, but like New York is like if Israel was a city.
I disagree. I don't know.
Because New Jersey is kind of like, you know, like Palestine, where it's like we can't let them get into.
I think that you're talking a little bit of shit for somebody who just came on this fucking podcast. Is what I think, buddy. Jackass. Fucking asshole. Like,
here, let me lighten the mood a little bit. I don't know if you guys.
What the fuck?
I don't know if you guys caught this. I don't know if this is on purpose.
Absolute fucking schmuck over here. Look at him. Look at him. Think he's so fucking funny. Look at him. You fucking Mario hat and your Pickle Rick over there. Fucking asshole.
All right. Look, all I'm saying is, sometimes the NYPD with their $1 billion budget needs to occupy New Jersey and make sure all those dirty little schmucks don't do anything wrong.
I think I agree with that. I think that this guy's speaking my fucking language over here.
Occupy Jersey.
Occupy Jersey. Colonize New Jersey.
The Great March of Return, where the New Jerseyans try to go through the Lincoln Tunnel and are getting shot by NYPD snipers.
Beautiful. I've always waited for the day with bated breath. Now my people are gonna have liberation in the promised land of Newark. Finally.
Another scene of Israeli terror is when they're going to the nightclub and like telling them to stop living life. Essentially, it's like a very easy juxtaposition. But I don't know if you guys noticed that the nightclub is named Stones. Do you think that was a reference to throwing stones?
Those are good subliminal. I don't know. I used rap beef terminology to describe a jazz side. That's inappropriate. I like to apologize to the community.
Ending each podcast episode with an apology sounds right.
Yeah. Well, who should I apologize to for this?
I was gonna say, you know how the tagline is the most replaceable podcast, but also the most anti-Semitic movie podcast. I think should be in there somewhere. The most anti-Semitic and replaceable movie podcast.
Dude, we gotta get crazier with it. I think.
Yeah, let's have Nick Fuentes on.
I would make him watch like the Veggie Tales movie. I want to get some fucking crazy person on to watch Veggie Tales or some shit with us. Yeah. The movie ends with a Bee Gees remix of "Staying Alive," which is insane.
That was odd. An interesting choice.
I get it, but it's what?
Well, because let me explain this to you. So much in the way that the Bee Gees are going to persist and stay alive, the Palestinians must stay alive, and their entire existence is all about how can they continue to the next day. And this is
I get it.
Yeah, it's a little nod to the fact. Much like the very pervasive and artsy film Army of the Dead by Zack Snyder, where at the end...
Why you gotta say Schneider like Schneider?
Schneider. At the end of that film... At the end of the film, Zack Schneider makes the very adequate movie song choice to play the Cranberries song, where one of the lines is "zombie."
Fucking god, that's my least favorite fucking song of all time. That song turns me into an Irish nationalist every time it turns on.
Yeah, it's a fucked up song.
The apartheid that's in your head, fucking idiot.
All Lives Matter ass song.
Dude, Israeli Labubu rave ass music.
Well, yeah,
they were probably bumping that at the Labubu rave.
But you're wrong, Rosa, because the song is actually about zombies because of the word zombie, and that's why it's in Army of the Dead. So that's why Staying Alive is the singer at the end of this film.
Or like when Zack Snyder, and I don't think he directed it, but he did anyway. He ended the Dawn of the Dead remake with "Down with the Sickness." Oh,
yeah, no, he directed that. James Gunn wrote it though.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Zack Snyder did direct it. I know movies. No wonder I'm here.
You're a genius. That's why I invited you. Because I love
zombies.
This person is an innovator. This person is a genius. This person has what it takes to have a good investment portfolio.
It's about time someone recognized it.
What did you short Nvidia? Because I did. I had shorted Nvidia stocks. Did you get on that or what?
No.
Welcome back to the business podcast.
You think they should have written like better lyrics for Staying Alive that like more match Like they'd be like, you can tell
I
by the
wish-
way I throw my rock, I'm a terrorist.
I wish
and I
that
stand
it was-
Iraq.
I wish it was more like the end of Dictator from Borat guy.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah, because
My favorite guy.
it's what's the song? It's like da 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 da. What the how fuck is that song? They make
Excuse
it.
هلا اجا الزعيم العظيم
على دين مذفقر.
الشعب يقول اني حاكم كريم.
اي ايوه لك تعرفون من هالشخص يا مذر فكر. لك وين الويد ولا لك وين الدخان ولا لك دخن
كالكبير عضهم ركضهم مثل بوكس. خلي يسمعني يعني يطلع الصوت. عربي حبيبي يلا نجتمع الحوض. فردي قاطع سمعين بيبي الرقصين بالكلاب. سكرانين خادرين الكل ينتخلوا.
What?
Are you not a musician? That was the most like tone deaf like recreation.
I'm not a
off
fucking
beat.
singer. I'm a
You have like 6 guitars in your background, and you can't.
I'm a
fucking-
jazz musician. It's called microtonality, idiot.
Oh, so you would have been one of the ones playing in front of Auschwitz.
Yes. I even have the tattoo to prove it. You know, like
You got
know
the
what I mean?
number?
I would have been there. I
Oh,
would have
wow.
been there. I'm ready.
Do you have
Send
the
me
Jewish
in.
star on the other arm? Just
No.
for the listeners, Rosa has the pink triangle on the left.
Yeah,
arm.
no. I consider getting the upward triangle on the back with in yellow the way that they did with Jewish trans people, but I don't know. I don't like the Star of David.
Wait, there were enough Jewish
I
trans
think that the
people to
Star of
make their
David
own
is, like-
symbol. Is that really like how many?
They had all
were there?
kinds of
Well,
symbols.
so the way it worked is if you were a political prisoner, it was red. If you were a like sexual deviant, it was pink. If you were antisocial, it was black. But if you were Jewish, they had the yellow upward facing one in the back to form a Star of David.
Mm.
Got it.
Just as former demarcation,
Yeah.
further demarcation. Anyway, any more thoughts about this movie?
I loved it. It was one of those movies that you should see if you're like feeling upset about the state of movies, and I think it would make you feel better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because I was after seeing Happy
passion
Gilmore
project.
too.
Yeah, that's like I
True.
joked at the beginning, but this was like a good passion project that felt like a real film with a message and like a craft, and it made me feel things. It made me feel like I was in the film, and I cared about what was happening to the characters. I laughed, I cried. I did a little jig when the Israelis won. It's just a great film.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, in the description, you are going to find links to donate to the PCRF
UNRWA.
and the Jewish Voice for Peace if you would like to donate to help people
it.
in need
Now,
in Palestine. Do it now.
Do you think Israel's going to set up a Venmo account that you can pay
Yeah.
directly to fund the extinction?
they
because-
probably have that. I think that.
Well, they
I
do.
think that you
It's
can
the
donate
Venmo
to
account for the
IDF
U.S.
work.
debt.
Banger. It's true. It's called the.
U.S.
This might have
Treasury.
to get cut out. It's called the USS Liberty Memorial Fund
Why would that have to be cut out? That's not bad.
because it's an anti-Semitic dog whistle.
It's not a dog whistle. It's
No,
we're
'cause,
being
like-
blatant about it. Look, people who are very anti-Semitic think that Israel on purpose blew up an American warship to stop them from
They
reporting on
did.
Israeli war crimes, or it was
They
an
did
accident.
that.
No, I think it's more anti-Semitic to say this. Is not that they blew it up as a conspiracy to hide their war crimes against the Palestinians, but the Jews are so incompetent they did it on accident.
That's very funny. I
That is
think
more
that might be
anti-Semitic,
true.
I think.
I think. Thank you to our Goyish correspondent Eden Riley for your input.
I was happy
on
to
this
be here.
situation. Anyway, what would you
To
give
provide
this
a fresh
movie
face perspective.
of 10?
Oh, I would give this movie a 10, I think. I genuinely, there's very, very little I would ever change if I was making it myself. Like, I think it's perfect.
Yep.
Okay,
I
how
almost
about you,
think,
Rosa?
yeah, just the fact that there were like so many scenes with no dialogue at all. Like, it's so intentional. It's so like personal. I don't know. It was great.
I think I'm feeling a 26.5 out of 30
That's
on
fair.
this film, tying it with Dancer in the Dark, First Reformed, Dog Day Afternoon, Look Back, and Max My Love, the monkey sex movie.
Right next to Look Back is crazy.
I would give this film a 7 out of 10 for October 7th.
Wow.
That is so beautiful and
Holy
European.
shit.
I think that it is better than First Reformed, certainly, but not as good as Dancer in the Dark. So right between those.
Well, thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
This was a lot of fun.
We're gonna do you have time for a Q&A segment briefly?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, hell yeah. Let me pull up the fucking questions.
Yeah, quiz me on the movie. Make sure I watched it.
Sure. What was the movie like?
Adam Sandler wasn't in the second one.
Okay, wait. I have a fun idea. What if we were able to make the directors and producers of each film make the other film? Like if Elia Suleiman had to make Happy Gilmore 2 and Adam Sandler had to make The Time That Remains. I think that would be great.
I think that would be beautiful.
Like an Israeli child, a Palestinian child would throw a rock and it would hit Adam Sandler playing Benjamin Netanyahu in the nuts and he'd go, "Oh my balls!"
That would be beautiful. Okay, we got a caller calling in on our speak pipe linked in the description. Let's see what they have to ask. This is make sure you're watching the stream so you can hear it. This is White Claw Socialist. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Rosa.
Hi.
I wanted to ask you, at the end of Evangelion, there's the human instrumentality project.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, would you stay as part of the, giant LCL ocean? Or would you revert back to a human being if you were in the show's universe? Anyway, thanks, bye.
I think that from a communist perspective, this sort of third impact style situation represents a unification of the species that we will experience when V equals 0 and we achieve communism. So I would make the argument that I would try and remain unified as a species with my Homo sapien brethren in this sort of beautiful hive mind of LCL. Thank you for that question. What are your guys' thoughts?
I haven't seen Evangelion all the way.
Wow, thanks caller. That was very
Big of a question.
I hate anime.
That was very dude, that's like
anime is just slow manga.
That's fair, actually. What do I don't know how people don't read One Piece. That's one thing I'll never understand.
I read One Piece in about a week, and I wanted to kill myself. So I can't imagine watching One Piece.
Yeah, watching it just seems painful. Okay, I put a Q&A request on Twitter. Let me find it. Let's see if there's anything better in there. You guys are letting me down and embarrassing me.
Do you like any anime, Eden? Because my favorite anime is One Punch Man for making fun of anime.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of anime in general, but I haven't seen that much of it. I'm very selective with the anime that I like. I have been watching Higurashi, the original series from 2003 or 2004 with my partner. She's showing it to me. I really like it. She also showed me Madoka. I really like.
Is Madoka like Japanese Medea?
No.
It's not like a fat Japanese woman who gets in crazy situations.
No, that it's a magical girl anime about being friends.
Medea's kind of like a magical girl. She has black girl magic. If you truly focus, you can forget that it's Tyler Perry in a wig.
I was walking with a friend in New York City. Some Puerto Rican came up to us. She's black and said, "You got that black girl magic." I walked away, and that was a situation, I would say.
Oh, shit, yeah.
One thing I did want to ask before we get to the Twitter questions is, this is a serious question, shocking for me. What is it like coming out as trans when you have a career from before you were publicly identifying this way?
That's an interesting question. I mean, I've talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's definitely like complicated in weird ways. Changing your ats and stuff after you have like verified marks and after you have like an established audience is like super risky. I lost like check marks on YouTube for a while, and I don't think people even knew who my channel was when I changed it. And even still, like I'll see people unsubscribe, and it's like, I mean, I don't care what the reason is, but sometimes I'm like, do they just not sometimes I'll get comments like, I didn't even recognize you. So I'm like, do they just not know who the fuck they subscribe to? And it's like, it is what it is. I also worry, like, there's a lot of mutuals that I'm also like, do you even keep up with me personally enough to know that like why my name is different or who I am in your following list? So there's like a lot of uncertainty that comes with it. But as far as like, I don't know, as far as like antagonistic energy or whatever, it's mostly been the same. Which is funny because obviously before I didn't have a lot of smoke from TERFs. That's the only real difference, is that like TERFs are now systemically like on my ass. But before it was just like right wingers and like edgy teenager weirdos who were already calling me like soy when I identified as a man. And like, it's funny that transitioning suddenly is like, you'll never be a woman and you're too masculine. And it's like, what? Which one is it? Like, I wasn't a man enough before. Now I'm not woman enough. So it really like that especially broke my brain. And I was like, none of this
You're
shit matters.
validating a non-binary identity that isn't there.
Yeah, honestly. And that's fine with me too. That's good enough at this point for me.
I'm just happy I met you now, which is before I knew who you were before, so I don't have to ever worry about
there's no confusion.
misgendering or dead naming, because I've only ever known you as who you are. So
yeah, I will say that coming out has made me a much more social like person as a creator. Before, I think I was like, I don't know, there's a lot of like shit that comes with dysphoria, and I think for me it amplified my social anxiety that to the point where I didn't want to interact with people because I didn't know how to be, didn't know how to like feel normal. You know how it is.
Yeah, I totally feel that. Yeah,
I hope that answered your question.
No, it's just a very interesting situation.
I think the advice to the listeners is that never put your name as part of your @.
True.
That's true.
Always do something funny.
Yeah, like
gender neutral.
Like trad slut with a V in slut to show how trad and right wing you are.
That's a username. Somebody take that anytime.
That is my username.
Oh fuck.
On Twitter as my Twitter @.
I thought you were just coming up with one.
No.
Rosa has never had an original thought.
I could come up with one. Let me think. Hyperborean Prime. If that one's not taken, you can have that one.
You can have that. That's free.
Shudis Ultimate. Yeah, there are good options.
Rhodesia.
Anyway,
No,
Rhodesia Stan 9000 Dragon Ball Z on Twitter. That's a good @. We have some questions from Twitter. From Lucy, do you think that Nosferatu 1922 is anti-Semitic? No shit. What? What do you think they made the movie? What do you think the movie's about? Do you think it's just about a vampire? What? Thank you for the question.
Is it because he's got a big nose and sucks blood like the rabbis, or what's the?
He does blood libel. He lives in a castle, hoards wealth, writes in a language that no one can understand. And okay.
Oh, the sun hurts him. I didn't even think about that.
From Goob.
Oh, I don't have any sunscreen.
I don't have any sunscreen. Oh my god. From Goob. What's your favorite and least favorite Kanye album? I guess it will limit. I'll limit myself to like non-Ye projects. If we're
hard limit.
Limit to Kanye
Pablo
West
or like Jesus is King at latest.
Yeah, I'm gonna say my favorite is probably Graduation or Yeezus. Shockingly, because I like Yeezus from a production standpoint a lot. And from a fashion standpoint, what that represented in terms of fashion on the Yeezus tour, which was very cool and innovative. But in terms of music, probably Graduation, and least favorite, probably Jesus is King.
Eden?
Yeah. Well, I was just scrolling through to make sure I remember all of them. It's tough. I like Graduation, but I think I like Late Registration just a little bit more.
That's a good pick.
I also really like Life of Pablo, so it's kind of
At
hard to
least-
choose.
We stand by what he says.
Okay, well, I'm gonna
That's
contradict and not to be contrarian, but my favorite is Beautiful Dark Twisted Mind, and my least favorite is Life of Pablo.
It's not an album.
So
Well, my least favorite is the one where he says Heil Hitler, whichever one that is. So
sorry,
Well, it's a
Beautiful
Ye.
Dark
me.
Twisted Fantasy. Excuse me.
Yeah, Ye's a different man. Completely.
that that is
Um,
true. But I'm just going on record. That's my least favorite thing he's
Yeah.
ever done.
Yeah.
Heil Hitler is kind of catchy.
It is kind of catchy, and we
Well,
can
I was-
say that.
Instead of saying it, I was just saying like Family Guy, Peter. Bow, bow, bow.
Did you see
It's
the
just him with it, you know?
Did you see the Minecraft parody of it where it's like mine diamonds?
I think so. Yeah.
The mine diamonds. All my friends are griefers. Yeah, mine diamonds. That one's awesome.
Yeah.
What are these questions, man? From Transhevik. What year did the Soviet Union stop being a dictatorship of the proletariat or a revolutionary, and why? Why are you asking me this? Do you know what this show is? 1923.
Yeah. I mean, was it ever really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're in Bordiga land, pal. You don't know how
Okay.
invariant it gets in these streets.
That's awesome.
1923, read dialogue with Stalin, I guess. Why ask me these things? Why? From Liquid Harley, are you gonna host this forever and ever? I hope not. Funniest Cumtown host.
It's Nick, obviously.
It's Nick. Fucking again. Why ask me this? That has nothing to do with the name of my show.
I'm not in deep into the podcast lore. I don't know the Hometown guys by name.
Yeah, it's Adam's the Bug.
I know
He's
Adam
also
Friedman
Jewish.
separately as his own guy.
Yeah. Stav is the round gentleman, the very rotund.
Right. I'm
green
familiar with
man.
Stavros.
And Nick Mullet is the funny one.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Wow. Thanks for these very insightful questions. Twitter. Let's see if the Discord could come up with anything better, because I need like one good question to save this segment.
I can
You
ask
had
a question.
you had a good question about Eden. Yeah, Eden, what's your question?
Yeah.
What's your guys' favorite Star Wars?
Oh, Empire Strikes Back is the only good Star Wars movie. Well, only great Star Wars movie. I think that New Hope is good, but Empire
Much
Strikes
like
Back is the only great film.
I agree with Rosa, but much like I say that my height is 5'8" to make everyone else look like they're lying, my favorite Star Wars film is The Last Jedi because it pisses the most people off.
I used to say
Are
that
you
too, just to make people
actually-
mad.
Are you actually 5'8"?
Only when other 5'8" people say they're 5'8" do
I'm
I say
5
that
foot.
I'm also 5'8".
I'm 5'7".
No, because I'm 5'8" and you're definitely a little more than
I wish
inch
I was
shorter
shorter
than me.
than 5'7". That's a compliment. Thank you.
I'm 5'9". I wish I was taller.
No, you're not 5'9" because I'm 5'8" and I'm definitely taller than you.
What do you mean
Well,
you're
yeah.
definitely taller than me? You've never met me in person. Definitely.
I can look. We have the same mic, and I'm using it to measure your
Oh
body.
shit.
Good
Okay,
lord.
well, you got me there.
Do you have a foot, like a foot wiki feet?
No, I've never shown feet on camera.
That's smart. What do you think your score would be if you were on wiki feet? Because my score would be
Not
low.
high.
My
Yeah.
score would be low. From Aurelia, will you have another co-star, or will it be a one show stand each time from now on? Or perhaps worse, you'll make it a single. Well, I don't know what a single means, but Niels, will I have another co-host?
You
Do
mean
you
other
think-
than me?
Well, the joke is I'm asking my co-host if we have another co-host. Yes, I have a new co-host. It's the Soy Pill on YouTube.com
Let's
now.
go.
for now.
For now,
Depending.
we'll see how much I can tolerate this deep anti-Semitism.
Are you a CIA operative? My fucking Mossad. Why do you support Israel? Why do you support a Jewish state? Why do you condemn Hamas?
Are these all one question?
Dude, these are just, I'm just scrolling through the Q&A channel. This is the quality of questions I have. Do you support Israel? Do you support a Jewish state? Do you condemn? Okay. For Morgan, why
I
are
have
you
a good
such
question if you
dork?
can't find one, but I'll wait for you to get to the end.
I'm dying to hear your thoughts on Le Père Noël est une ordure. My pronunciation's bad. I don't know what that is. That says the The father of Christmas is a bastard. I don't know what that.
Is that a movie?
If you could
Sounds
live
like
in a
French
country ever
expedition
in the
film.
world, would you live in Serbia or Belarus? Belarus. Why are you gay? Thanks.
Wait,
Thank
I want to
you.
hear your answer to the previous one. Belarus
Yeah, do you
or
want to answer
Serbia?
that?
Oh, I'd live in Belarus easily.
Really?
Yeah, not even close, dude.
What's wrong with
I
Serbia?
fuck with the Azeris, and I feel like that gets me the closest. What's wrong with Serbia?
Mhm.
Can you play footage of the '90s in the edit, please? Can I get some
Look,
'90s
That was in
style
the
footage?
past. They're a new country now. Milosevic is long
They're
gone.
a new country and entirely Bosniak free. Which I always thought that was a racial slur, but no, it's actually the proper term to refer to Bosnian Muslims. I
well, there you
learned
go.
that from a Bosniak in this server. And saying
Or-
a Bosniak feels like I'm being racist, but I guess I'm not.
But are you
Unless
sure
they
it's not
let
like
me astray.
Jew, where like depending on your connotation, it can be racist,
Well,
but it's also the
duh,
correct
that
term?
goes for any race. Like,
Yeah.
No, because like really like white is like you can't be white. Like it never will sting the same as being like look at this fucking
what
Jew.
ethnicity are you, Eden?
I'm Irish Italian. I'm as white as it gets.
Whoa, Italian.
You're as white as it
Irish.
gets, and you name two non-white swarthy
Yeah.
races. You name you refer to the Mediterranean races, and you know
The Irish?
Yeah.
the Romani of the British Isles. Are you kidding me? That's
This,
ridiculous.
clearly your racism has not evolved past like the basic white versus black, and you're just too normie for us.
You
I
have
don't-
aristocratic racism. Hitler would have called you a petty racialist and had you shot for your
It's true.
unaristocratic racial ideology.
Well,
I,
Benjamin Franklin would also have the same thing probably done to me, so
Benjamin
just-
Franklin is my goat.
he was not
That
a fan
guy-
of the Italians or the Irish.
That guy loved fucking hookers and drinking beer, and I
And
fuck with that.
White supremacy. He was like, you're not even close if you're not Anglo.
No, it's not even white supremacy because he didn't believe in the social category of white, which I think is way
Oh, it's-
funnier. I think
what-
being like
Yeah.
a fucking lime sucking knob jockey supremacist is probably the funniest thing that you can be.
I do think it's very funny how extrapolated concepts of whiteness are in America because of anti-blackness when you compare it to Europe, where everyone is like pointing at someone else who is definitely white by American standards and saying, "No, you're not."
Yeah,
I've
Eden,
never heard this point before. You're telling me that the social category of white expanded over time due to anti-black. Someone needs to make a video essay. Stat.
hell?
What the
Eden,
hell?
for context, I knew a German person who once told me, "I can't be racist. I have an Italian passport."
That's awesome.
That's aristocrat, dude. But, my Azeri friend talked about getting called the N word. It's like, what the fuck? You just look like a slightly darker Russian dude. Like,
Was he
Russians are
Muslim?
crazy. Well, yeah,
And that's all it takes for a lot of Europeans to just be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're just not me."
yeah, that's true. What's your
I mean-
favorite target for racism? Not including white people. It's such a
For
fucking
the
cop-out.
listeners, Eden just did like a sigh, like, "Oh, I
Well,
gotta
I'm
pick."
contemplating.
There's
yeah.
so many.
There's
There's
a
so
lot
many
of
to
good
choose
choices.
from.
Yeah. I think xenophobia is fascinating because like
Wow.
not as like doing it, but I just think it's like interesting that people have so
I-
much xenophobia and how it's evolved is very interesting because it's like now inextricably anti-socialist. Which is very convenient for America anyway. Whoa.
Oh dear. I have a real question.
Yeah.
For Eden, since your Discord and Patreon failed you so bad. And Eden, I'm curious your thoughts as someone who clearly enjoys film.
Mhm.
What your thoughts on the current state of film are, and the degradation of turning everything into a slopping, produced, garbage, studio interfered mess, and whether
Yeah.
or not you think we'll ever recover and turn back into a world where we make passionate art projects as more of a mainstream, or if everything's going to be AI slop and there's going to be like one of every 1,000 films is made by a human being that cares.
I think just like because of the trajectory of the current American economy, but also like pretty much everything, around the time that we're gonna, if we do start seeing like fully AI generated visuals in movies, is right around the point where the American economy just fully collapses and Hollywood just doesn't exist like a year later, because like it's just
Especially
so
with all the
unsustainable,
anti-Semitism.
especially with how many like union rules there are to producing movies. And like if they can really find a way around all of that, they're just fundamentally dismantling the industry from within and creating just like a straight to product literal slot machine that only pays out to CEOs and cutting out everyone in between. I mean, that's obviously like the end goal. And the closer we move towards that, the more unsustainable the entire industry becomes. And the less films we'll have and the less quality films we'll have. And I think the only real return to like filmmaking as a passion, it starts now, but it persists through that kind of capitalist collapse. I'm thinking like, you know, post video game collapse in the 80s. Like it's the video games still persisted and still managed to build like an almost equivalent industry now. But a lot of that was because people were passionate about the medium and like wanted to make things that were new and interesting. And I still think there's a ton of room for that. But
Yeah.
the constraints that are put in place by studios are so severe and so serious that like they have to see themselves through almost and like implode on themselves before people can actually gain leverage to change the industry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Follow up question
think-
to that then, because you say that it will dismantle Hollywood. Would you consider AI to be inherently anti-Semitic, and should it be renamed to anti-Semitic intelligence?
Yeah, I think we actually should
all
be calling it that.
intelligences.
AI is short for anti-Semitic intelligence. It's going forward.
Yeah, I think
That's my realistic, like somewhat nihilist take, but I'm still hopeful through the end of that.
I think that I don't know what audiences would really stomach entirely AI film.
No, that's what I mean.
No,
like, but
what-
they're
what-
gonna
you're
do
both
it. They're
wrong.
gonna
Wait,
They're
try.
gonna do it.
You're
but
both
it'll be
so
like,
wrong because you didn't look at the r/movies comments for Happy Gilmore 2. I would absolutely eat that shit up.
Or are those the bots too?
Or that doesn't matter if the bots become the primary consumers because they
Yeah,
need
that's
to drum up
interesting.
support.
That's
It'll
true.
just be making AI slop to be enjoyed by AI slop. It's paying money to people that don't exist to give your imaginary money to people that also don't
Yeah.
exist for a product that doesn't exist.
I'm not
Can't
even
even think,
convinced
Josh.
anyone even listens to this show. I think it's just like a bunch of people in a lab in Wuhan, like running a bot factory. I don't know how it
Training
works.
on this data.
Yeah, creating the
start
world's
a
most
AI film
anti-Semitic
podcast.
robot that they're going to unleash on Israel.
We're just trying to outcompete with Grok because Grok really got a big jump. You see, there's a Gab AI that's like more racist than the Grok AI.
Dude.
Grok isn't problematic anymore. Grok
No, they-
isn't like problematic. I
Well,
would
they,
say
they
Grok,
muzzled it.
Rewoke him.
Grok is a liberal now, which is fucked up and pisses me off.
Grok says, "I am Israel high."
"Hi, I'm Israel."
I am Israel high. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I got that tattooed down my spine on October 7th.
Wow. And the triangle.
And the triangle, just to show.
You're committed.
I also got numbers on my arm. Just like random, just a bunch of randomly generated numbers. It's not even the right amount. I just got some.
Did
I
you
got a
see
little
the,
tiny thin blue star on my wrist, and I'm not even Jewish. I just love the nightlife.
That's dude. Dude, would you rave it up in Israel with me? Yes or no?
No, no,
Okay,
would you
so
rave it up at a club that I named Crystal Knocked?
no.
it's after the John Zorn album, Crystal Knot, which is one of the
Oh.
greatest jazz albums of all time, and you would know
My
that
bad.
if you weren't anti-Semitic.
Well, I just assumed. Okay, you're right. I'll
But
check
watch
my
some Jewish
privilege.
art other than all of the movies that you've ever watched.
Did you know that the numbers on the arms are at least 5 digits in certain places, implying the existence of a 69-420 Jew
That's true.
or a
That's true,
420-69
and that's
Jew
Dude, tell Elon.
and an 80085 boobs Jew?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man, do you condemn Hamas?
That's a great question. As a matter of fact, I don't.
You don't. I don't even know what
Not a
that
big
means. Like,
condemner.
what is that? Like, what does that achieve? Like, I
Well, it's
never,
just to set the tone. First of all, we just want to make sure you're not on their side.
yeah.
Whoa,
Dude,
that accent you're doing was a little.
that was a little racial.
What the
hell?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
This isn't a racial podcast.
Oh, sorry.
As the Lib representative, I do condemn Hamas, but I also love the time that remains.
Yeah.
For being a liberal.
Right.
FYI.
I love that.
Like I said, for being like, it's kind of like the X-Men Origins Magneto film that never got made, that showed like the bad guys and like how they live their lives. You know what I mean?
Make sure you donate at the charities linked in the description.
Please make sure to do it.
Which we all support. We all support every one of us, especially Neil's.
Wait, to be clear, I actually did link one of those charities in my previous stream because I do support it. But
that's true.
And that Jewish lady got mad at me because she was like, "Oh, you're so virtuous for saying that you want to give money to the children who are dying."
On Hinge, I just remembered this. Sorry.
Yeah,
no, go ahead.
Okay.
No, I'm done. I was just saying, a Jewish woman got mad at me for wanting to donate money to Palestinian children. That's the end of the story.
There's a picture of me in a tank top with the pink triangle tattoo, and someone just replied "Free Palestine" with it. I think they thought it was a red triangle.
I did think that when you showed it at first, which I thought was kind of badass.
That would be kind of raw. I could start lying.
You could say it's like both in a sense.
I should start lying to people.
Well, you know, on Hinge, you can reply to their prompts or their photos. I think you should be able to reply to the ethnicity because you can list that.
Yeah, it's true. Dude, I get so fucking weirded out because there are people who sort by Jewish on Hinge, and you can fucking tell because every time it's like, yellow ribbon, as Israel try, Jewish lady from Oswego, and it's always just like insane fucking bullshit. It's like, dude, I want to be a part of your like weird bringing back the population. I'm paternal anyway. You probably hope I die. Like,
well, there's also a Jewish dating app. It's called J-Swipe. So like, I don't know why they're on Hinge.
That's anti-Semitic.
That feels the
J-Swipe.
Dude, the J-Swipe sounds like if Jay Leno took his fucking chin and he was like grinding that into the pussy.
He did some kind of leg sweep move.
Yeah. Would you... There's a runaway train track. At one end of the track is Jay Leno. There's a train's heading towards it. You have a brake. Do you pull that lever to see?
What's on the other side of the track? Is it Auschwitz?
No, it's a brake. It's not a...
There's no other.
It's just a brake.
I'm imagining a trolley problem, but it's not about who gets run over. It's whether or not
Jay Leno or not.
You subject someone to interacting with Jay Leno or going to Auschwitz.
Subject someone to saving Jay Leno or not.
I don't know where Auschwitz got involved.
Yeah.
Well, you said train. When you say train, I think of Auschwitz.
Damn. You have the German ideology. You know that, right?
Yeah, I'm Jewish ethnically, I'm German ethnically, and inside me there are two wolves, and one of them wants to Holocaust the other one.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Albert Einstein was a German Jew.
Yeah.
That's so insightful. I never knew that before. Thanks, Eden.
Fun fact.
Welcome back to Jewish History Roundtable. Did you know
You're just like him.
Did you know that the Israeli insurgents tried to align themselves with Hitler during the initial establishment of Israel? Now you know.
That was Ergun, right? We saw them
Ergun.
in the 1948 section of.
Yeah, and you know what that means? It's her gun, feminism. That's what
the only democracy in the Middle East and the only women that are allowed to live there.
That's true, and that's why I oppose democracy and feminism very ardently.
I'm pro women in the military exclusively. They can't do anything else.
True. Shut up, bitch, and go raid Ramallah.
Make me a sandwich, and by sandwich I mean a pincer attack on the Palestinian insurgents of Gaza.
Is someone who's into fashion, I just gotta say, Ela Klein is just a bad fashion designer.
Yeah, the fashion is just not good.
It's deeply Israeli.
It is, because it's just like, it's consumerist like vomit mixed with other consumerist vomit, and like stitched together in the middle of a shirt. Like, oh, isn't that crazy?
It's like shitty. It's the worst version of streetwear. It's like the streets of Tel Aviv. I feel
yes,
obviously are filled with that.
Well, I mean, who else? Somebody's got to buy this stuff.
Anyway,
thanks so much for coming on the podcast, Eden. We had
thank you guys for having me. This was a blast.
Hell yeah. A blast I couldn't come up with anything.
A blast in Ben Gurion Airport.
Much like Putin and his conquering of eastern Ukraine, I had a blast.
His reclaiming.
All blast. Yeah, I get it.
That was good.
I had a blast in Odessa over here. Come on.
Anyway, where can people find you?
My YouTube channel is Eden Riley. I also stream on Twitch pretty regularly at twitch.tv/PeedinIsOnline.
Wait, I have beef with you. I just remembered that I have beef. We have beef.
What did I do?
The Dead Domain interview, you put up the wrong podcast on screen. Every time WTF Now is mentioned, you put up some business podcast.
I'm sorry. Shit.
Yeah.
I was searching on the fly. This is fucked up. This is bad. I'll make a whole video just plugging the correct one this time.
Thank you. Anyway, Niels, you had a movie to pick out for next week. We're also watching F1 and Superman.
Awesome.
Yeah. What was your movie that you picked out?
Oh, I had to pick out a movie other than Superman? I thought you were asking me to choose between Superman and another film.
Nope. We went
does it have to be in the same vein as Superman and F1? Maybe like a wholesome movie about winning?
Nope.
Okay,
We have a caller calling in now. You know what? We'll bring them on for 2 seconds.
Maybe they can give us a movie rec.
Hello, you're on the show. Wait, they don't have speaker. Okay. We'll get that. We'll get them on for 2 seconds. They pay good money for this.
No.
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Ask a question quick. We're doing the outro. You interrupted us very rudely.
Oh shit! I gotta ask a question.
Yeah, that's the point.
Romanticism or modernism?
Futurism.
Futurism. Okay, based.
Afrofuturism.
Romanticism. I'll stick with the prompt.
What? Yeah, Italian futurism. I think. Thanks.
Yeah, I appreciate the Italians for inventing skibbity toilet.
Anything you'd like to tell the audience before you go? That was great. I'm glad that they were able to come on the show.
And next week, our third film will be Days of Thunder with Tom Cruise.
Wow.
Very nice.
That's awesome. Anyway,
thanks again, guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming on the show. I didn't tell you how to do the outro, did I?
No.
This is your first episode co-hosting, Niels. So you're gonna say, I've been X silly funny thing. I say, and I've been Y. I improvise something related and funny, and then we say, and we're composting together in unison.
What if I don't want to be the 50% of composting? What if I just want to be my own true person?
That's not what I pay you to do.
Okay, I've been the Israeli occupation of Gaza.
And I've been the ICC, like halfway endorsing it.
And we're
composting. ICC is an international communist current. Fuck those guys. Suck my dick from the back, motherfuckers.
She was the type who had to know everyone's name. He craved attention, adulation, gifts and fame. Together they were irresistible to narcissism once. They worked a room or crowd or throng with gifts to exploit fear, greed, or God, leading down the garden path where everyone is guilty in the end. We said what we said. They bled where they bled and did everything how they were told. No more hands. They turned what drives their interest into what drives our discourse. If what was best for them was best for everyone, then so much violence ends. They said what they said. We bled where we bled and did everything that we were told. No more and no less. I see the blood on our hands, blood on my whispers grow in the shadows where they walk, of the truth that they both lie when they talk. They repeat that ancient line about the dark against the light. She needed his support in almost every way. He used her trauma to keep protest from the stage. The stories that they told don't seem to hold up when they silence all the questions. Dissension against the basic premise. This is about right and wrong. If that were true, there wouldn't be so many children dying out there now. We said what we said. We bled where we bled and did everything that we've been taught. No more and no less. I see the blood on